I don't... Get certain of your sets of these, yep. I feel I am. I can see it. I know it's true. Then I'm walking out of here with a brand new car. Brand new car. I got me the red paint on this new car. Brand new tires, the trim, the wheels, brakes. I got brakes. I got a brand new car. I can drive it, beep, beep. Driving on the road, beep, beep, beep. Driving, beep, 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 beep. New car! I have a new car. That's exciting. You're here for the Brad Walker Show. Down in the city, I found a van. I took this van and I claimed me Uncle Sam. All those boys and girls, they did gather around. I gave them candy shirts and some American sound. Yes, I did. Now the man, he came to tell me, he said, you can't be the uncle. I make the laws here. Go back to the jungle. I said, no. No, you go back to your snow globe with all your white hillbilly friends that make these laws spin again and again. Then I pulled out my harmonica, but I didn't know how to play it, so I put it back away. Now all these kids that gathered around, they said, Uncle Sam, why are you talking dirty to this old suited man? So I pointed at them and I said, kids, listen to your elders, just not this one over here. Hello and welcome to the Matt Hawker Show, where today I will be dissecting myself live on national TV. Scalpel nurse, thank you. I'm gonna. It starts off pretty simple. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this off. Okay, I can't really get this off, but it's pretty straightforward for the most part. I'm just gonna try to keep it all together here. I tend to be of the opinion that ultimately, a lot of the things that I'm doing here are being broken down in a number of ways that I think are peak human. There's no denying that in all of us exists something tremendous, a force that we can't comprehend, really. I talk a lot about comprehension and what it means, but I'm not really sure it's easy to grasp unless you really can feel it. And it's hard to feel it, honestly. There's no way to just make it tangible. In each of us exists a creature that ebbs and flows with the rhythm of motion that surrounds it. Every human being, every creature that exists within said human is a force of unstoppable power, yet is also incredibly weak. The deepness of each of us is endless, consuming. We can see it, we can hear it, but only in our deepest thoughts. When you close your eyes, when you close them so much that they never open again. It is in this that we make our mistakes, that we indulge our trials over and over and over again, even knowing that they may not be overcome. This endless fight, this strife that we put ourselves through, there is no hope to be found here. I was looking outside about 6 days ago, and I learned something pretty interesting. You see, it turns out that in every yard within the tri-state area, there are at least 6 flamingos. Now, you might be thinking, Matt, that's one too many flamingos. I'm thinking it's more around 5. And you're right. You're absolutely right. It was 5 flamingos. I was wrong the first time. I apologize for my mistake. I hope one day I can learn from my failures here, and I appreciate your peer reviewing the dialogue that I set forth here. So anyway, there's 5 flamingos. No, there's 6 flamingos. And there's 6 flamingos in the yards. And the 6 flamingos say, Matt, there's 5 flamingos. And I go, okay, there's 5 flamingos. So the 5 flamingos in the yard, they're just minding their own business. They're just trying to live their life. They do their taxes. They feed their children. They poop. They do what every other normal human being does, as a flamingo should. And then they say, Matt, there's 6 flamingos. So these 6 flamingos are they're swimming along the river. And they're going the river of time, and they're going back to the Aztec era. They want to meet the Aztecs. That's what they're doing today. And they go, Aztecs, there's 5 flamingos. So the Aztecs say, hello, 5 flamingos, how you doing? And the 5 flamingos go, I could be doing better. I'm just 5 flamingos here. And the Aztecs go, wait a second, that's outside of the normal cycle in which you presented yourself. You see, the whole bit was going back and forth between 5 flamingos and 6 flamingos. So the 5 flamingos say, you're right, but we went back in time, which means the bit doesn't exist yet. Therefore, we can escape the endless cycle of a bad comedy routine that doesn't exist inside of a bad joke. And the Aztecs go, whoa, 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 whoa. Come on, flamingos. It was not a bad joke. And the 5 flamingos go, well, we disagree. Frankly, we are 5 flamingos. We are part of a routine. We lost one of our guys trying to get out of this thing. I mean, the reality is all comedy must come from some sort of truth. So, you see 5 of us now. There were 6 of us. We lost a guy. We're not happy about that. And you know what? We had to do it, though, because we had to get out of the bit. One of us got lost as we went back to the past. And the Aztecs were like, oh, I think I see your point. So the Aztecs killed and consumed all 5 flamingos, using their bones to put together little feathery hats that they then wore and celebrated with. And that's the story of 5 flamingos. I hope you learned from it, and the tale in which it was set forth might indeed present you 6 flamingos. Anyway, today's interview is brought to you by The Interview, which is about to happen right now. Hello and welcome to the Matt Hawker Show. You guys have flown in from far away, I think. Hold on a second here. I need to get some water. Oh my God. Oh, it's all over me. Sorry. It's fine. So, welcome onto the show. How you guys doing today?
Pretty good, man. Glad to be on the Matt Hawker Show, I gotta say.
That's pretty good. That's nice. What do you guys do? What are you about?
We have a show called the Serious Film Critics. It's a podcast.
Are you guys really serious?
Yes.
Yeah, we're very serious, Matt. Very, very serious all the time.
That's good to know. I appreciate that. I'm glad you guys are serious, and I think it's important that seriousness is something that you escalate to new heights. I don't think there's enough serious people out there. So let's just get into the meat of this, gentlemen. What is the most average movie ever made?
Ooh, that's tough.
Ooh. That is a good one. I mean, I immediately comes to mind maybe like The Proposal. That's definitely with what's her name, Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a cookie. That's definitely an average
see
movie.
that.
What makes it so average?
I don't know, man. It's just not very interesting. It's just got the like high key lighting. It's got Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock with their little romantic tension, and just kind of an average movie. I don't know, Dave.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking that. I mean, it's kind of hard because there's such a low of the lows, and then there's the high of the highs.
What do Rotten Tomatoes have to do with movies? I don't. What is that? Why is that a thing? I don't get that. What's going on there?
The only thing I can think of is if they're going off that old stage thing where it's like throwing tomatoes at the stage, and if it's rotten, obviously it's bad.
When have you ever gone into a movie theater and seen a tomato?
I ate a tomato in a movie theater once. Does that count?
Did you really?
Yeah.
When was this?
No.
Classic.
How do cameras work? Since you guys, I'm sure you guys know this stuff pretty well. How do those function?
Well, you see, Matt, there's something called light, and you put it through a lens, and some stuff happens inside the camera, and then it gets burned onto the film, and that's how babies are made.
Right.
That's how the magic happens.
So speaking of light, let's just say you have lights, camera, action. You only get to pick two. What do you pick? And if you pick incorrectly, your other co-host dies. Ooh. You can't pick
we
wrong.
Got some stakes here. I think I'm gonna have to go. I'm going camera and action, because lights.
David?
Yeah. I can agree with that.
David, what do you pick? What do you pick, David?
I'm picking camera and action as well.
Yeah, Matt, what do you?
I'm
Matt, what do
you
you
both
think?
have. It doesn't matter what I think, gentlemen. One of you picked incorrectly.
Ooh.
One of you dies.
Shit.
Tonight.
This is gonna be rough.
One of you is going to die.
Which one?
You're gonna die.
Oh man.
But let's have you ever experienced a sexual fantasy featuring Robert De Niro? Go ahead. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Definitely. It's a Taxi Driver, Robert De Niro.
Okay. As film critics, I just want to know, like, whenever you guys look at a carpet, do you ever think to yourselves, this would look better if it was red?
No, I've never thought that.
Yeah, I've thought that. Twin Peaks style carpet. It's always good. It's my fun.
Do you think that I don't know. I feel like there should be more red carpets out there. You know what I mean? You get where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I think I get where you're going.
Do you see where I'm trying to take us here? Like, I want to take us on a journey. I want to take us somewhere special, gentlemen. I want you to close your eyes for a moment.
Yeah, I'm closing them.
Do you feel that?
I do.
See where we're going right now? We're going somewhere new, somewhere spectacular, where red carpets grace the skies, where children eat tomatoes, but never throw them.
Man.
There are no rotten movies here. It's just us, with perfect scores. Every movie is a Coen Brothers flick, and people call movies flicks. But let's get away from that. Let's just stop that.
Oh,
let's just.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Can you guys just do me a favor, just for my own purposes, for editing later on? Would you guys both be able to say Shrek sells seashells by the seashore?
Should we do it at the same time or separate?
Well, whatever's best for you.
Dave, why don't you go first?
All right.
Shrek sells seashells by the seashore.
Damn, that was well done. Shrek sells seashells by the seashore.
Nice.
Boom.
Interesting. Okay.
Boom.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So I don't know. I want to talk about, I guess, something that might be a little more nuanced, but I think you guys have a lot of experience with this one.
Sure.
So how come there are no directors with one-syllable names?
Man.
I feel like the only there's McG, but that's 2 syllables. But I feel like there probably is one with 1 syllable.
Ed Wood. Like the whole name is 1 syllable. Like first, Ed Wood would be one.
Well, that's 2 syllables.
So you're talking about a director who goes by
one
pseudonym?
syllable.
I want a director that just has a 1-syllable name. And Ed is short for Edward, isn't it?
Maybe.
I don't know. It could be.
I think his name is probably Edward.
He's a weird dude, though. It could just be Ed. But still, are there any? What this comes down to? Are there any directors out there with a one-word name?
Like I said, there's McG.
Well, there's Tarsim. He has a 1-word name.
Is that his name, Tarsim?
That's how he goes by, I think, for his directorial escapades.
He's pretty good.
I mean, he's only had 4 movies?
Yeah. What did he do? He did The Cell, The Fall.
Excuse me. I don't really know. I don't really care about him.
Fuck him.
Guys, if the dinosaurs in Land Before Time and Jurassic Park fought to the death, how could the Iron Giant make love with Harry Potter? In challenge mode, Quentin Tarantino directs this film. Give me your take on this.
Well, first I think that Harry has to use some magic to, grow to the size of the Iron Giant, which I think he can do.
I think he could do that, and then also Dumbledore and Voldemort would do the same. So that would kick things off.
So there'd be a lot one big orgy.
I think so, and then Samuel Jackson would be in it too because Tarantino's directing, so he could play one of the dinosaurs or something.
Yeah, and do you think that the Iron Giant is going to have a giant iron member, or?
I think so. I mean, that would only seem it's not going to be a
film.
It's not going to be a PG-13 movie, that's for sure.
No, not at all.
So I think he could have a giant iron member.
Can you guys comprehend the duality of existence? Go ahead.
No.
No.
Duality of existence.
Yeah.
What did I mean by this?
I don't know, man.
I don't know what duality means.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
That's a tough one.
Go ahead, whenever you're ready. Just take it away. Just duality. Can you guys give me the...
How do you define in this sentence?
That's one syllable.
Why are directors sitting down so much? Why do they need to sit?
Have you seen most of them?
No, I don't. Is there a movie about directors that I can watch? Anything you'd recommend?
Nah.
Well, I think that sometimes, Matt, their feet get tired, so they like to sit.
I mean, I know I'd be sitting if I was a director. A lot.
Well, here's what I need to say about that. I think that there's a philosophy in movies that has been sort of unspoken for a while, and I think maybe you guys know what I'm talking about here as well.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna tell you guys about it right now. I want to see what you think.
Just stop. Stop what you're doing and start what you're stopping. Become the stop that you wish to see in the world. Undo your stoppage and stop your sewage. And then you'll make movies.
What do you think about that?
Who were we listening to there?
Oh, that was me.
Really?
I thought it sounded like Tarantino.
No, that was me just then. That was me speaking to you.
Well, I think the main thing to take away from it was about sewage.
Yeah.
That's what I took away from it.
That's about all I heard in that whole clip there.
Right. Well, what do you think about this one? Here's another one for you. Just one more. Let me pull this one up so I make sure I'm reading this correctly here.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
Ready.
Undo the threads that bind you to your nervous system. Your impulses are the undermining of your outpulses.
What do you think of that?
Well, I just all I heard was like the galaxy is on Orion's belt. That's what that sounded like to me.
Let me.
I think that was very solid advice. I'm going to take it to heart, but
I do agree with the advice.
It's going to take me a while to mull that over.
Let me hold on a second. I'll be right back. You guys just stay right there. Just hold on. Stay right there.
Yeah.
Just don't do anything for a sec. I'll be right back. Hold
Okay.
on. Just one moment.
All right, guys, I'm back. We're here on the Matt Hawker Show. This is Matt Hawker.
Hey.
And you guys doing all right?
Yeah.
Doing okay?
Pretty
Okay.
good.
All right, let's move on. Now, if each Baldwin brother represented one of Jesus' disciples, which one would Daniel be?
I don't know the disciples off the top of my head, to be honest.
Is there
Gonna
like
have to
a
go to Sam.
is there like a forgotten disciple? Because that's
Well, you have Peter,
See,
you have Paul, you have Mary.
Can we skip to Stephen? Because Stephen would be Judas, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So, movies. Let's talk about them.
Yeah. Let's.
What do movies mean to you?
They're good to have on in the background.
I mean, I think a movie's just as like, something to look at and say, hey, I wish that was me. Really. Like, your life sucks. In movies, you can at least pretend that your life isn't terrible for 2 hours at a time.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely what they mean to me.
Let's talk about props. What prop do you identify with the most?
That's tough.
That's a tough one.
I think there's just too many props.
I mean, yeah, I just want to think about this in real time.
Props. Let's narrow it down. Along Came Polly.
Yeah.
What's your favorite prop in that movie?
Does the Indian food count as a prop?
Yeah. What about I'd say Philip Seymour Hoffman's headband.
Yeah, I was gonna
would
say
mind
his shirt, the sweater.
Yeah.
You're never going to believe this.
Rest in peace.
You both guessed right.
Oh man. Hell yeah.
So, how do cameras work? What are they for?
Well, they're for spying on people, so you can look at them and take pictures and then look at them later. And then they're for making movies, and those are the only two things they're for.
Yeah, in that order.
So you're saying, these nice innocent actors go into a room, and these sickos just pull out cameras and just record them doing whatever, and then they take it home and just look at it later?
Yeah, and then they let other people look at it too, and that's what a movie theater is.
And this is a multi-billion-dollar industry?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's huge.
We here at the Matt Hawker Show do not condone the making of movies of any kind.
Well, it's been great having you gentlemen on. And I just want to tell you one more thing.
Yeah.
This is...
Well, howdy do. You think you can just come on in here into my old little shack? I know your game. I know what you kids want. You want stories. You want to sit down with me and listen to my tales. All right. I'll give you one that you won't ever forget. This is the tale of the underwear that wouldn't fit. I bet I got you shaking in your britches now. So, once upon a time, in rural Tennessee's, I bought a pair of underwears. And I said, I want to wear these undiwears. But my butt was too big and they didn't fit. So I went to the cashier and I said, these underwears don't fit. And the cashier said,
excuse me, sir, could you please be patient? There's someone else in front of you.
So I waited. And I waited. And I waited. But suddenly, something strange happened. The underwears that I was holding in my hands, clutched between my sausage fingers, sausage patties, I should say. They came to life, and they started floating in the air. And they looked at me and they said, "Hi there, could I interest you in socially liberal values or socialism within the economic context to better humanity for all?" And that's when I realized these were far left undies. So I took them out back, and then they says to me, "You know, I voted for Bernie Sanders." And that's when I started panicking. And I asked these undies, "Tell me more." "Well, I'm glad you asked. You see, democratic socialism isn't like traditional socialism. It's really just a system of values that can better humanity. It's just like anything else you love in good old USA. And of course, traditions like apple pie." "Well, you sold me, undies. I'll look into that immediately." "Oh boy, you better." And so I did. And now you know the terrible tale of the undies. Ain't no one tells me how to be. I just know when I look inside, I see. I just know when I go inside my home. I know it's gonna be in Rome. I just went back in time and I saw everything is gonna rhyme. So I made this song and I just sing along and I go, My mama called me, she said, "You gotta eat your carrots and peas." And I said, "Mama, please leave me alone." And I said, please leave me alone." I repeated it, and she said back to me,
And then everything started getting really weird. And the song stopped. And then it just changed. And then everything just started getting crazy. And then I feel. And that's when I knew that nothing really could transition into the transitive property like I learned in trigonometry. And that's how I discovered that life is endless. I don't think that we can really, I don't understand canes. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's kind of silly. So, a man goes to a doctor. He says, "Doc, my leg's broken. I don't know what to do." The doc goes, "Hey, a solution is simple. Hey, get yourself one of these canes here. They gonna put it in you. You're gonna feel great." And the man goes, "Well, Doc, okay, sure, I'll give that a shot." So the man goes home with the cane. He was walking around like everyone else, but then he discovers something. This cane is attached to his body. He has a legitimate third leg. At some point, his hand became a third leg. It doesn't really make much sense. So, you're walking around with 2 legs, you have 2 arms, whatever, and suddenly you have 1 arm and 3 legs. Think about how that works. The doctor transformed your arm into a leg by giving you a piece of wood. By just touching wood, your ligament changed entirely. This whole limb is something new. Oh, do you hear that in the background? I do. But that's not important right now. What is important is that we try to comprehend what it means to have 3 legs as a human species. Some people would call it a mutation, and yet it's a normal thing in the day-to-day lives of the elderly everywhere. And some children too, even babies. Sometimes they give them canes so they have 3 legs, and we just accept this. We accept them into our fold, despite the fact that if somebody was born right out of the womb with 3 legs and 1 arm, we'd be like, whoa, what's going on? They'd be in the media. They'd be in newspapers. They'd be on front of soup cans. Doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. I don't like it. And that's why I'm going to vote against doctors who give a third leg to every person in America. We're going to end this today. We're going to stop it. We're going to quit it. We're going to move on from it. That's my promise to you. What's your promise to me? You have 5 seconds. Hello? 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 Oh, I mean, I don't really think that was doing anything. I thought by being weird I'd be able to move from this scene, but it looks like I'm stuck here with the spooky ambience surrounding me. I mean, I guess we can talk about something personal today, guys. So let's try to put away the facade for a moment. Let's be real here. So, despite the spookiness here, I can tell you I'm just a normal person like everyone else. I put my pants on like everybody else, one child labor camp at a time. And I think it's important that we accept that about me. But also, I've never felt that peaches are a good fruit. I think they're disgusting. I don't like the way they look. I don't like the way they taste. And I'm honestly biased against them. Now, apples, on the other hand, apples fascinate me. There are billions of different apples, and that's miraculous. It's a work of art, honestly. And I think it's important that we analyze the artistic integrity of apples. I think it's important that we take some time to think about what that means for us, for apples. 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 I don't know. We've been doing this for a while, guys. And I think I'm out. I'm out of... Oh, never mind. I got it out. Much better. So now that that's out of me, let's talk about the nitty-gritty. Let's talk about what we keep in our pockets. You know what? Nobody ever discusses it. So pull out whatever's in your pockets right now. What do you have? A pocket knife? A bazooka? 3 sticks of bubble gum? Your mother's will? Whatever you got, lay it on the table. Anything that you pull out of your pockets, you don't need anymore. That's not a part of your identity. It's not a part of who you are in your day-to-day life. You don't need that nonsense. The things that we keep in our pockets are just keeping us associated with this material world, and we have to remove ourselves from that. So I want you to go through all of your pants tonight. I want you to cut those pockets out. You don't need them anymore. They don't have control over your thighs. Your thighs will be free. Your thighs will float with butterflies. Your thighs will be kings and queens of this realm. Your thighs will see all. Your thighs will know everything. They will feel the fires of the earth, the crashing mountains of the tundras, the ice of the ice kingdoms that exist in the north. They will know everything. Your thighs will see it all. And hopefully then you will be able to be comfortable in your pants. I am. What about you? There's not much to say about life. So let's move on from that. There's not much to say about being hairy. It's another one of those topics I'm gonna go through a whole thing about, but I'm gonna try to avoid that. I'm just gonna say this: being hairy is cool. It's great. It's pretty nice. That's all I have to say about that. That's it. That's everything. I hope you enjoyed.
I know it's true. When I go outside, I see all the little things. When I go outside, I see all the little things. Dogs peeing on the floors, cats meowing at skies, everyone's falling down. Dogs peeing on the floors, cats meowing at skies, everyone's falling down. Dogs peeing on the floors, cats meowing at skies, everyone's falling down. Dogs peeing on the floors, cats meowing at skies, everyone's falling down. Dogs peeing on the floors, cats meowing at skies, everyone's falling down. Dogs peeing on the floors, cats meowing at skies, everyone's falling down. Dogs peeing on the floors, cats meowing at skies, everyone's falling down.
Dogs peeing on the floor,
Stop peeing on the floor, dog! Stop peeing on the floor! Stop peeing on the floor, dog! Stop peeing on the Stop peeing on the floor! Stop peeing on the floor, dog! Stop peeing on the floor!
I don't really think dogs peeing on the floor, to be frank with you. I apologize for the suggestion. I think it was rude of me. I think it was wrong. So today on the show, we're going to have a special music guest. It's going to be me. I'm gonna put on some sweet tunes that will make you feel things you've never felt before, and then I'm going to talk over them. And this is going to be a new segment that you've never experienced before. It's going to be called The Beyond. There it is. The Beyond. I'm walking toward it now. The Beyond. I'm feeling it. I'm entering it. I'm now in the beyond. I see the lights. I see the shadows. Kissing. Making out. Believing. Tickling each other. I see things no one has ever seen before. And yet, I understand nothing. So I ask around. I go, hey, what's going on here? And the light goes, well, we've been here for a while. It just gets a little boring. So start, making out. And then, sometimes, shadows touch my wee-wee. And then I glow a lot. And, sometimes I touch their woo-woo. And then they get really purple shadows. Like a Jimi Hendrix made a song about it called Purple Haze. You ever heard of that before? And I go, no, Light, I haven't really heard of that. But thanks for telling me. I'm going to go over here now, away from you. So I go outside of the beyond. And I realized it really wasn't that big of a deal. There really wasn't anything special there. It was some light and lack of light doing things with each other. That was a little creepy and a little weird. So, I move on from it. It wasn't worthwhile. It wasn't a good thing for me to see. And, excuse me, I wouldn't recommend it to anyone, honestly. And, I think that really goes into something else here. Making out is bad. It's bad for you. You shouldn't make out with people. It's just morally wrong. I mean, when you think about it, it's just wrong. When you just think about it. Just think about it for a second. Go ahead, think. I'll give you a second. See how wrong it is? It's wrong. Bad. And as your pastor, I just want you to know that when you do things like that, I'm watching. And I'm taking part in it as well. Every time you make out with someone, you're making out with your pastor, me. Is that what you want? To make out with me, your father? Because if you keep doing it, buddy, you'll be confessing a whole lot more than just the way your lips move and your tongues twirl. Yeah, that's the stuff. Anyway, you've been listening to The Matt Hawker Show. Today's episode was brought to you by water. I need to drink more of it. And it was also brought to you by Wacky Larry's Mattress and Kaleidoscope Bazaar. Again, that's Wacky Larry's Mattress and Kaleidoscope Bazaar. He's wacky. He has mattresses and kaleidoscopes down at his bazaar. Go check it out. He currently has a mattress and kaleidoscope bundle for $6,000.39. That is a steal for both a mattress and a kaleidoscope, so definitely check it out. Other than that, you can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/Matt Hawker Show, facebook.com/The Matt Hawker Show. You can find me on Podchaser. Just type in Matt Hawker somewhere on there, and then you can see my listing, and you can review me, and you can say, hey Matt, you're not that great. And you can just say that over and over again, and just keep saying it, like just every review. Just say you're not that great, but just give me like 5 stars. But you just give, just like Matt, I feel as if that 5 stars have collided, and that represents your greatness. But you're not that great. You're not that great. And of course, I'm on Patreon. Patreon.com, The Matt Hawker Show. There's a slash in there somewhere. You figure it out. I don't know. Anyway, I had a blast being on today. My last words will ever be here. They are the yearning of my statement, which is following the now, which happens to be just try not to bicker with clams, because they will always shut down on you, and then you'll be trapped in the ocean, the deep, deep ocean. And you don't want that. It's just not good. You're not that great, Matt. You're not that great. See ya.